Wrestling, in my opinion, needs to pretend to be real. It always has pretended really hard, almost to the point that you believe it is real, because wrestling is so far-fetched today. I'll stop right there.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about those comments, Dak?
So I think that, there probably, there's going to be a ton of people that agree with him. I'm obviously one of them. But then a lot of people who think, oh, he's an old man yelling at the clouds, or, he's lost touch, or he's just like he hasn't evolved with the times.
Right.
He doesn't mean, when he says that, he doesn't mean he wants the fans to believe for 20 minutes of the match. He doesn't mean I expect the fans to believe when someone has me in a headlock and I shoot them off and they bounce off the ropes and give me a tackle and they hit the ropes and bounce off. He doesn't expect for them to believe all 20 minutes. But just like I told you earlier, he's talking about these fans getting lost for 1 second or for, a few seconds each moment in the match. That's what he's talking about. To believe in the individual, to believe in the match, not believe that every single thing is real, not believe that every flying head scissor is real or every drop kick is real, to get lost in the action, to get lost in the match and to get lost in the storytelling. That's the real part. And that's what he means, it comes to the point where you get so lost in the match where with the Guns, I'm not speaking to put myself over or cash over or anything, but I'm speaking because it's just recently happened and it's me and I can speak from experience. The match that we had with the Guns this past Wednesday, I knew that the internet fans who are used to a certain type of spectacle of a match may not enjoy it, or may not love it.
And finish, a traditional finish.
Yeah. There were no big, huge moves. And that was by design. There were no spectacular off the top flips. Dude, I think if you go back and watch that match, watch that whole show, our match was probably the only match that didn't have a dive or multiple dives or brawling all over the floor.
We're not counting Cash's sunset flip off the top rope, right?
As a dive?
Oh, no, as a flip.
As a flip, yes, okay. No, but, the match was built around drama and the match was built around emotion. If you watch, Matt, and I can send you the link just in case you doubt me. If you watch the last 5 minutes of that match at the end of a show where they've seen everything, literally everything
you could see.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
At the last 5 minutes of the match, those people were standing on their feet.
Absolutely.
For the last 5 straight minutes, from the time the referee got pulled out from the shatter machine until after the finish, they were on their feet. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about that. And that's what, and the reason that I hate even talking about my recent stuff, but I'll make an exception for this one episode. The reason that me and Cash structured the match that way without basing it around big moves is because we wanted to show them, the Guns, we wanted to show the young kids now too, and the wrestlers now too, that in its most beautiful form, wrestling is done with emotion in mind,
right?
With the fans' emotion in mind. How can I make them feel at this moment? Frustration when the referee got pulled out by Colton and he wanted the DQ. So much so, if you go back to listen to it, Matt, these people said bullshit.
Yeah,
bullshit. They were chanting bullshit. When is the last time that you heard that? I'm being honest
about it in. About booking, sure, but about an in-character, in-match moment,
right?
I can't remember the last time.
In recent era, era, not error, in recent era, when have you heard the fans chant bullshit to a false finish that wasn't a quote unquote botch? You know what I mean?
Right.
But that's because they were invested and they stood up the last 5 minutes. And that's what Bret means. He means for them to believe in it, not believe in tackle, drop down, leapfrog, reverse hip toss, kickoff, drop kick, headlock takeover. He doesn't, that's not what he means. He means believe in you, believe in me, believe in what's happening, and get so lost in it you forget for a second. You forget, oh my God, this is a performance. Right. That's what he means. So sorry, off that rant, you can continue if you want.
I just want to say that I thought the finish with the two sunset flips, it was like shades of Jack and Jerry Briscoe. Like I thought it was an amazing idea, and that's how you try. It looked like you guys were trying to win the match, and I think that goes to Bret Hart's point. You're talking about, in reaction to Bret, you're talking about believability. But I think he might be talking more about the wrestlers having a mindset of pretending it's real. Like maybe the wrestlers today don't have that mindset.
Yep.
But in your head, you have to say, this is real, as opposed to, this is a sequence of moves we're doing.
Yes. I hate
2 syllables.
The word sequence. 2 syllables.
Is that something that's said a lot? Is sequence?
Yes. Like I'll get this from the fans, and when they say it, I don't hate on them. I hate on the fact that they say this sequence is great, and it is a sequence, and I watch it is a sequence. And the fan or hearing wrestlers call the match, and I'll do this sequence here, or this combo here. I hate that, man. I think I probably shouldn't say hate. Doesn't mean I dislike anybody. I just that it does bother me. It frustrates me.
It goes against what you feel is special about professional wrestling.
Right. And so Bret saying, think about what's real. Like there have been plenty of times, where I have Cash 2 has gotten heat. We've gotten heat for someone who had an idea that didn't seem very logical to us, and we were like, hey, we're never like, oh no, fuck no, we're not doing that. No, that's stupid. Right. It's never that, because I don't think it's stupid, but we'll say, okay, well, how about we do it like this, and we make it where it could be seen as believable. But yes, you're exactly right. The Bret saying that he wants the wrestlers to think real, because so often they skip over a lockup. And I don't mean they forget about a lockup. They don't do a lockup. They just lazily lock up and then go to the spot. Right. They also forget the flippers and the lifters and the punches and the kicks, and the crispness of those moves, so people get lost in. So when you hit them with something, because if you hit somebody with a chop, and it happens to me too, but if you hit someone with a chop and they just woo, they're playing along. But if you hit someone with a chop or a fucking lifter that makes connection and makes a sound, and people say, oh fuck, that's
lifter, is that a European uppercut?
Yes, lifter is a European uppercut. And the people are like, oh shit, that's the reaction you want, because you want them to believe again, half a second that strike was real, and that's kind of what he means too. And I think today's wrestlers, going off of all this and what Bret said, I think they know. I think there are wrestlers that are so insecure in their abilities, even if they're fucking incredible. Because I've seen it. I've seen wrestlers who I think are fucking incredible in the ring, but still they're insecure and they work for the pop, because they know this Canadian destroyer will get a pop, because people have popped for it before.